how did you find StreetWise?
Okay, how I found StreetWise is that I was a street. Okay, okay, do it over again. Okay, I got a little nervous. Okay, I found Streetwise is that when I was a bike messenger for 27 years with downtown Chicago, I happened to get a chance to see Streetwise begin their operation in 1992, and I seen their vendors in several locations in downtown. So I never had no thoughts of working for Streetwise until I got laid off in 2009, and I collected unemployment insurance until 2011 when I was cut off. And then I was living off a little bank account for almost a year, and then I decided to give Streetwise a try just to see how I can be able to pay my rent on a weekly basis. And ever since then, I've been with Streetwise for like almost 3 years.
All right, next question. Where do you vend? Can you say the address very clear when you?
Okay, my morning location is at Starbucks. It's at 4600 North Magnolia. It's about 3 blocks west of Streetwise's office location. And my second location is a midday to evening rush hour is Target currently at 4466 North Magnolia. No, excuse me, 4466 North Broadway. But that's my temporary location because last year on the 31st of December, Dominic's was forced to close because of the parent company decided to close all the Chicago stores. So I went back to Target because that was the location I originally started with Streetwise in January of 2012. So in March of 2014, I'll be going back to Sheridan and Foster, and that'll be a Mariano supermarket in which I'll be selling during midday, the evening rush, and then also on weekends.
Next question. If you could do anything differently in the past 10 years, what would you do differently?
Okay, what was the question again?
The past 10 years of your life, if you had the opportunity to go back and do something differently, what would you do?
Well, I already did work in messenger business because I used my bike, and that was a lot of years. And I decided now, because of me being in Streetwise and it's like social service kind of a thing, I might decide maybe in the near future, if the opportunity is there, I may work for a nonprofit organization like a charity into public relations work, because what I'm doing with Streetwise, I kind of consider that like public relations, letting the public know that Streetwise helps individuals by finding work for them where they can have personal gain on that, and also helping me with the social services. So if I ever want to get a job, want to help people in another social service or public relations dealing with a charity, I will be able to do that in my future.
Brittany told me that you love social media. Could you talk about that a little bit and how you use social media?
Social media. Currently, I have sites on Facebook and Twitter. Brittany introduced that to me in August of 2012 because she felt that that's a way a vendor can be able to promote themselves at their location, and also for the public to know who this person is personally behind what I do. And it really helped me a lot because it gets me understanding how I can communicate with the customers, tell them what time and days I work at the locations, and in case something happens where I can't make my location on a specific day, I will be able to contact my customers through social media where they don't show up at the time I'm not going to be there. And so I also promote Streetwise also on that because I can be able to share information from their Facebook site and then show covers of the current editions and give a little information on what the magazine's about that specific day.
Think of another question. What are your hobbies outside of selling Streetwise magazines?
Okay, I do a lot of television watching when I'm not working, but I always like to ride a bicycle and go to different places and sightseeing and stuff. Ever since Streetwise helped me get a permit card where I could be able to travel around the city and suburbs for free, so I can be able to do that. And one thing I do when I watch TV is if there's nothing interesting on television, I'll play video games on my PlayStation 2.
All right. Out of all the advice that somebody's given you in life, what would you say is the best piece of advice?
My best advice, I think it is do the type of work it makes me feel comfortable doing, and because if I see that the job is succeeding for the good I'm doing, I can keep on proceeding on it. Because like with the StreetWise, I feel it's totally different than what I did in the past when I was a bike messenger, because I can set my own schedule on days and hours. So I do meet a lot of people in the process who I normally would never meet if I was a bike messenger. So in the last 3 years I've been with StreetWise, I got the chance to meet a lot of individuals who are StreetWise customers that I normally would have never known. So that's one of my strengths, because me as a vendor, we have myself have to let people know what my motives are to get their business. Because in the messenger business, you go from one place to another, you're selling a business. It's the same way with StreetWise. If you tell people what StreetWise does for you as a vendor as well as an organization, people will be very interested in purchasing the items.
And how would you say StreetWise has helped you since you joined?
It helped me. One thing that really helped me through the social services, they helped me find an attorney for my SSI case, because I was all the years I was a bike messenger. I had all the wear and tear on my legs and body, all the miles I ride every day. And it finally caught up to me in my later years in my life, and StreetWise recognized it, so they helped me file a claim for Social Security disability. And another thing too is my eyesight's a lot better too, because they found a program called Gift of Sight, where for free they can give you a pair of glasses, eye exams and re-exams, in the following year. And they also helped me with my clothing, and they also even helped me get another bicycle through this program called Working Bike. And then that was the best thing I ever had, where I didn't have to pay any money to be able to get my transportation, because that's the purpose of getting to my locations, is to have transportation, either riding free on a RTA free card or riding my bicycle.
One more question for you on video. How has StreetWise how is StreetWise a family to you?
Well, I get the opportunity to meet current vendors who've been around for a long time, and get to hear their experiences, how they had their ups and downs of being a vendor. And also, another thing I also want to point out is that in 2013, Gregory Pritchard, the Director of Vendor Services, appointed me as a quality assurance team member, and he felt that my experience being a vendor out on the field for 2 years, I can forward that know-how of being a vendor to new vendors, to prepare them what kind of business they're going to be expecting when they go out on the street. So I've been doing that for about a year now. And one other thing too is that I'm also getting involved with the letter writing workshop that Marcy Berman hosts, and what she's doing is trying to get a lot of creativity out of me to be able to write stories, so readers of StreetWise can be able to see what kind of things I can tell them, and type of stories that StreetWise is looking for.
Interesting.